Today we're going to look at the Lilliput A7S field monitor. Today we're going to look at this field monitor from Amazon. It's by Lilliput, and I got it because I've used it before and I liked it. And it'll be useful for this camera right here, for example, for video. The very nice D500, but its autofocus in video really sucks and it has no focus peaking. So this will really help me focus and get the shots I want a little bit better in the field. So it's a 7-inch field monitor. The resolution is 1920 by 1200, and it'll display up to a 4K feed. Of course, it won't be in 4K, but it'll show you all the information you need to make your shot. And this camera does 4K and it looks beautiful. So this will be great. So let's open it up and see how it looks, and I'll show you how it works, because it's actually pretty cool. There we go. Another thing I liked about it is that it doesn't have very much of a delay at all. I was doing research on these things and I read a lot about a delay issue, that they wouldn't let you get your shots if you're doing any kind of action or motion or anything. So this one didn't have that. I didn't notice it when I was using it. So this seems to be good for me. It has a space here for a battery adapter. Here's the user guide. It has an HDMI cable, and it's a full to mini HDMI. I imagine they put it there because of the various cameras you would use. It sort of says on the thing it's designed for GH5, Canon 5D Mark IV, and it accepts the full HDMI, and it even has an HDMI in, HDMI out. So you can actually daisy chain these things over and over again. Of course, it might add the delay if you do another one, but I tried a daisy chain with 2 of them, and it worked just fine. So that's the HDMI cord. There is a battery plate adapter. I don't believe I have that kind of battery, but there it is. And here's another battery plate adapter, and I do think I have that kind of battery. Let me go get it so I can turn this thing on. Well, and also included in this kit is, oh, nice. It is an adapter to be able to stick this on top of your DSLR. My use is I'll be using it on top of the DSLR so I can see. So this is great. And the power adapter, because sometimes we will be using this in the studio and we will have a place to plug it in. Lovely. And here is the case that goes around it. I'll go ahead and put it on right now, because it looks pretty cool. So I'll just go ahead and put it on this way. That goes there. And the case does not block any of your access to anything, as far as my experience goes. And on the case, it'll also tell you the port names. See, they're on the back and here on the top. In case you forget what a HDMI port looks like, it'll tell you. But even more important though, it tells you which one's in and out. And you also have this, the screen cover for when you're out in the field, it's sunny. This will be very useful. I'm gonna use it. There we go. But of course, traveling, it'll be folded up because this thing is wicked space intensive. Look at that thing. Okay, so let me get a battery and we'll get this thing turned on. I'm going to use this adapter because I have a ton of these batteries. And I feel no shame at all using these big, huge versions of this battery because unless I'm strapped for space, I'd rather have all the time I can get. And these things last forever on these little devices that don't use much power. It's on. Let's proceed. So let's proceed. I'm going to put it on top of this DSLR and we'll show you how it works. Hey down there. So we're gonna put this on this using this. And what I've sort of realized is that it's better to put this in here first. So let's go ahead and make that nice and tight down there. Now we will arrange this how we'd like. I'd rather put this little groove down here. See, there's a little groove so you can have additional movement. We'll put that in either the front or the back, whichever you think you'll be pointing up or down more. So this will then slide into the hot shoe. Tighten it up a little bit, not too much because it nearly got stuck earlier. And it's on there. And there we go. Let's go ahead and plug it in. This is the perfect wire for this camera because I do need a mini HDMI to plug it in. So go ahead and take off the plastics and we will plug. Proceed to plug. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Live view. And this is exactly what's on the screen. So as you can see, it does give you your volume meter and it does give you your waveform. And also will give you a nice, where is that? Peaking, focus peaking. So I'm going to manually focus this lens. And you can see the focus peaking is right there. This is amazing for this camera since I've always had issues with focus because with video, focus sucks on the D500. Can't deny that. So I also was looking around and I noticed, okay, the menu's over here. I can change the intensity of the peaking as well. So there's the peaking level here. And I think turning it down is what makes it stronger. Yes, turning down the peaking makes it stronger. Now we got a big, huge peaking thing going on. As you can see, so that works perfectly. Now let's focus on my finger. And it's finding the edges of my finger, which is really lovely. Then back over there, that way, then back to the finger. So that's going to be very useful to me. There are a few other things it has, but I might not use it very much. Level meter on off right there. Let's go through the menu. Of course, all the standard settings: brightness, contrast, saturation, tint, sharpness, color, temperature. Right now it's looking pretty neutral to me. Center marker, aspect marker, safety marker. Marker color, it's red, as you can see. On the outside it's red. Grid, I can turn it on and it looks like that. And marker matte. I don't really know what that is. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. I don't know what a marker matte is, I'll leave it off. Thickness of your borders or the grid. So I'm going to turn that border down actually. I don't really like such a high thickness. I'll put it at 2. I'm fine with that. Next part of the menu. So what other part of the options can we explore? Functions. The Functions tab. Scan, aspect, full, pixel to pixel, zoom, and aspect. Aspect full, 16:9, 1.85 to 1, 2.35 to 1, and 4:3. So it gives you all those previews. I'll stick to full. Underscan is on or off. Check field, mono, red, green, blue, off. Zoom, ×3, ×4, times 1.5. I don't know what that does, but it was on X2 to start with. Freeze, and then nothing moves. Let's turn that off. And DSLR. This is indeed a DSLR, but it is not a 5D Mark II. I'm not really sure of what it does, but I'm just going to leave it off because I do not have a 5D Mark II. So tomorrow will be the first time I'm going to use it in the field, so I don't know how bright it is out in the sun, but hopefully that cover will help. But thanks for joining us on this unboxing of the Lilliput A7S Field Monitor. And please subscribe and like this video.